Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, February 6th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is my mental truth feeds into my vibrational energy. This is going to be a good one to remember for this week. This week ahead, we are going to have Pluto hitting 29 degrees. In Capricorn. The 29th degree of any sign packs a punch, and the punch is the lesson. And Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. So, lessons in the sign of Capricorn since 2008 will be showing up for all of us. Now, as this is happening, right before it hits that 29th degree, we're going to have Mercury and Pluto conjunct in Capricorn. And that is going to light up the lessons. That is going to light up the responsibility of your mind, your mental process around your lessons. So this energy has some intensity to it. Now, this is not the end of Pluto and Capricorn. Pluto is going to move into Aquarius and then by June move back into Capricorn. So we're not done with this lesson, but this is the first pass. And the first pass can sometimes be like, oh, that's the lesson. So check out where Capricorn is in your chart based on your ascendant and your sun sign. And that can give you some idea over what that lesson will be for you. I also went through it in my full moon Zoom for my patron group. So you can always go check that out as well, just to get an idea of the basic energy of the house. The house, it's part of the astro language, the house that Capricorn resides in for you. We are also going to have Mercury moving into Aquarius on Saturday. And so that's going to be interesting energy. Very, very, very stimulating energy. But this is where we're going to get to monitor our vibrational energy, which doing that along with this Pluto energy, I think will be really supportive. That being said, coming off this full moon, I gotta say, this whole day has felt like a full moon over. I was exhausted. Nikki and I were going to do a card pull for everybody, and I set it up, and I was like, I can't do it. My body is not happy. So I'm sorry, but we will show up another time. I promise. Besides that, today we have the moon finishing up in Leo. In fact, our first connection of the day is the moon in Leo opposing Saturn in Aquarius, which Saturn is reaching those, upper degrees. We have Saturn at 26 degrees still. In this opposition, it's learning to find the balance of play and responsibility in the world and recognizing that the play can fuel your highest responsibility. Where do you need to find balance in that? Are there areas where you need to show up more, or are there areas, I think most of us, where we need to play more, where we need the joy, where we need the levity? Part of the energy, I think, that would support us as we move into this intense Pluto energy is remembering to keep our light up. And we keep our light up by tuning into joy, by having fun, by playing, by connecting to our heart. So how can you connect to your inner light? That was the song. It's actually not the song, but that was the word that I heard before this scope video. Inner light, inner light, inner light, inner light. And there's actually a song I love, Bob Moses and somebody else, called Inner Light. Name is just off in La La Land for me right now. But it's not the song, it's just the term, the inner light, that I'm feeling so strongly in this energy. And we can light that up as Mercury connects to Neptune in the morning. Now, anytime we have strong earth energy with water energy, it can feel a little muddy, it can feel a little heavy. We're in full moon over, so this energy may be a little sleepy, but this is so great to meditate and connect to your inner light and expand that glow. you can expand your inner light. Play with its dimensions, play with its shapes, see how you can play with that energy within yourself, encapsulate yourself in that, and see how that feels. Possibly go back to one of the chakra videos that I did with Nicole and Ryan Oman, because we did a little exercise at the beginning of them of expanding any given chakra that we were working on, but you can do that with your inner light as well. So keep that in mind. I think also Mercury and Neptune connecting is reminding us of the responsibility we have to our spiritual self. And this will serve as Saturn is planning to move into Pisces in about a month. And so having spiritual practice in your physical as well as like in the more esoteric realms, that will support you in moving forward. And so Mercury is like, hey, let's decide what works for you. How can you help yourself in this energy? The moon is then going to move into Virgo. That's going to be 1:14 p.m. Pacific time. Moon in Virgo is definitely a place where we can harness our focus. Potentially, we can also find ourselves moving out of the mind and into the body. There's power in connecting to your body. I like to say that Virgo is where we can connect to our holiness, our whole selves, and that is the body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. So connecting to all of those versions. But watch for the moon in Virgo, because sometimes the moon in Virgo can activate our inner warrior. So watch what you are doing with the focus of your mind. Recognizing Virgo brings that focus, and we can bring it towards healing, or we can stay in that anxiety. We can stay in that place of worry. The cards that I have for this week, what is this week? This is the week of the inner light. I might start doing that. We'll see. But this is the week of enhanced inner light is what we're going to call it. And here it is, your inner light. Sharing that light, turning that up, recognizing that you, in your truest self, in your highest, most authentic vibration, are a lighthouse for so many others. So keeping that in mind. But these cards are really interesting. Top of the cards that we have is the control card. This is the King of Swords, and this feels like staying on top of the focus of your mind. This is going to be a moment-to-moment process, moment-to-moment, but there's so much potential for seeing beyond the veil. We have beyond illusion and the awareness, and both of these cards are about getting beyond whether they are inner or outer illusions. And part of that is by you turning your light all the way up. Turn your magic on, right? So we're seeing through these illusions. It's helping us move forward. These illusions, more so than outer illusions, do feel like inner illusions. They feel like inner illusions of keeping yourself small, that you don't know what you're doing. I think all of us, we have a balance of like, I don't know what I'm doing, to like, blueprints in me. All I need to do is take that next step. So keep that in mind, because sometimes that's the power place you can be in. I don't know what I'm doing, and I do know what I'm doing, and all I need to focus on is this next step. And going back to last week's scope, utilizing that innovation in that next step rather than worrying about the whole picture and the whole unfolding. So I'm going to leave that here for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides all this, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.